Hey there, Nancy here. And this week I wanted to share something that keeps coming up a lot. And it's a lot of people saying and using the word I'm busy. Okay. And, I know we all have busy days. I know we have a lot going on. I know there's always, right, a lot going on. But I want to kind of talk about something around that idea and talk about some things that we can do instead to kind of make some mindset shifts. So rather than always feeling and thinking, okay, I have no time to do this, or I can't hang out with this person, and, I can't get to this thing that I've been getting to because I'm busy. So I want to break down a few tips that I think could really help you if you are someone who uses the word busy all the time. Okay. And I want to dig in a little bit deeper to this. And again, I know that we have a lot of commitments. I know we have a lot of things going on, lots of responsibilities. It all adds up. But I really want to dig into this, especially now, because I feel like as we're approaching, the winter months and the holidays and things like that, I'm hearing it more and more. So, there are some things that you can do to really help with this. So, number one is assess your schedule. So, if you keep finding yourself saying, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy, go take a look at your schedule. Okay. Take a look at what's going on. Look at your calendar, pull up all the appointments, the things that you have in there. What is making you busy? Okay. See if there's some things on your schedule that are not required, or maybe you look at it and you're like, man, why am I even doing that? That's not bringing me joy. It's not making me money. It's not helping me work towards my goals. Maybe it's something I can stop doing. Okay. So, step one is first to assess your schedule and take a look and see if there's anywhere that you can free up some time. Is there something that you've just been doing to do for a really long time? Well, get rid of it because we need to free up some time. Number two is one of my favorites, and it's something that I've worked on a lot over the years, and that is to set or reset boundaries. Okay. You might find yourself, saying yes to things often, whether it be for clients, whether it's for family members, whether it's for friends. You might find yourself saying, yeah, sure, I can help with that. And then by prioritizing their time and the things that they need to have done, you put yourself and your business and all the things that you want to do on the back burner. And guess what? Right? If you don't put the things that you want to get done and the goals that you have and things like that at the forefront, and you don't prioritize them, they're never going to happen. Okay. Number three is prioritize. Okay. And this is the biggest one here. Okay. Instead of saying, I don't have time. In fact, I love this quote, right? So instead of saying, I don't have time, try saying it's not a priority instead and see how that feels. And the quote is, changing our language reminds us that time is a choice. If we don't like how we're spending an hour, we can choose to spend it differently. Right. And that's from the Wall Street Journal. So think about what is a priority to you. Think about what you're looking to achieve and really dig in there. Okay. I feel like I don't really need to harp on this too much, but, for example, if your, friend came up to you and said, hey, can you take a look at my resume? I really need some, tips to improve and so on and so forth. I mean, that could take an hour, maybe a couple hours, depending on how thorough, you would look at it or review it. So do you have time for that? Right. So are there certain things that maybe are going on in your business or your life or things like that that you might have to prioritize? Or is that something that you can easily squeeze in and, make it a priority because it's something that's important to you that you help them? So just again, throwing it out there. The other thing is putting your health off. Oh my gosh, like I'm a frequent offender, right? And up until, I had a lot of health issues last year, I put off doctor's visits. I didn't go to the dentist. I didn't, go for my annual checkups. I didn't make that a priority. So when you say I'm busy, I don't have time for these doctor's appointments, it's saying like my health is not a priority. So I want you guys to just think and kind of reprioritize some of those things that you keep putting off. And again, do that little trick, right? Instead of saying, oh, I don't have time, I'm busy. Instead, in your mind, think it's not a priority. I don't care about that right now. So do you care about that? Do you wish you could, do that or get it done? Do you find yourself saying no every time a friend wants to hang out with you? And if you do, they might stop, trying to hang out. Okay. So tip number 4 is change your response. Okay. And this is just, again, kind of like a little mindset thing. Instead of using that word, I'm busy all the time, you can actually say exactly what's going on, right? Because again, I use the example of, years ago, whenever I was working full time, every time my family invited me to, holiday events or, get togethers, things like that, I would just say, I'm busy. I'm busy. I'm busy. I got to work. I'm super busy. They stopped inviting me to holidays, which is so horribly sad. In fact, I cried like a baby the first year. I ended up, quitting my job and starting my journey down entrepreneurship. I cried like a baby during one of the first holidays because I actually had that time to spend with my family. Um, so just think about, if you're saying I'm busy all the time, people might stop asking. And instead of saying I'm busy, you can say, you know what, I've got a really big project that I just took on. So I blocked out a few days next week for it. Why don't we get together on Tuesday? Or, hey, I've got some really exciting things coming up. And, fortunately, I'm not available for the next couple of weeks, but I've got a spot, here. I can send you some dates and see if that works for you. That's, again, if that's something you want to do. If you just plain want to say, no, that's not something I'm interested in, or, no, you go ahead, you do that. It's all good, whatever. But just think about, again, is it a priority? Is it something that you want to do? Are there things in your schedule you can kind of switch around? Lots of different things there. So just to kind of recap it and swing back around, number one, take a look at your schedule, see what's going on. What is making you so busy? Okay. If it's odds and ends things that really don't matter and it's not helping you work towards your bigger goal, then see if those are things you can get rid of. And you can say, you know what, this no longer serves me, or, I'm no longer able to do this. Years ago, keep diving into some tangents, but there were certain clients that I worked with that, it wasn't a good fit anymore because the hours that I was spending working on that client's business, it just wasn't a good use of my time. So things happen. Number two is to set or reset those boundaries. Number three is to prioritize. Number four is to change your response. So hope these tips will help you a little bit. And if you find yourself, saying, I'm busy all the time, right? Think about those things and the things that you can do to really reprioritize and assess that schedule.